Hello, Rob here, and I'm on day 12 of my April Fool's Comedy Month review. So, up until now, I've mostly been doing reviews relating to classic slapstick comedy, but today I decided to spice it up and do a video on a romantic comedy instead. So I decided to do it on Steve Martin's Roxanne. It was released in 1987, and it's an updated storytelling of the classic Cyrano De Bergerac story, which was about a sword fighter, I believe, in the late 1600s, who's also a poet, and he has a very long nose. In this version, Martin plays C.D. Bales, the local fire chief in a small town who is sensitive about his long nose. And Daryl Hannah plays an astronomer named Roxanne who moves into town, and Bales strikes up a friendship with her and is smitten by her. However, she's attracted to Bales' new fighter named Chris, who is attracted to her, but he's nervous around her and he doesn't really communicate very well when she's around. So Bales helps Chris ghostwrite some love letters to her when he feels that Roxanne would never go for him because of his nose. Now, I had never seen Roxanne before, but I had heard that it was one of Steve Martin's best films. And instead of the over-the-top slapstick catchphrases of some of Martin's earlier movies like The Jerk and Dead Men Wear Plaid, Martin brings a more rounded and subtle performance to the film. I really like the humility he brings to certain scenes, like when he comforts a kid who is being made fun of, or when he brings simple, down-to-earth jokes to certain scenes. He doesn't overdo it on the physical humor, and I love some of the dry throwaway lines that he does in the film. Now, as with Daryl Hannah as Roxanne, I found her to be charming in the role. I really liked seeing her and Martin together, and like the Steve Martin character, I hope that the friendship would have evolved into a relationship. Now, Rick Rossfield plays Chris, and I found him serviceable in the part. I thought he was alright. Roxanne has its shares of laugh and amusing dialogue. My favorite is when CD is trying to explain to Daryl Hannah's character that firemen in the town don't really understand irony. For me, though, the movie I felt took a little while to get going, but once the second act took off where Chris is asking CD for help with the writing of the letters, I thought that's when things were starting to come together a little bit more. The beginning felt like a bunch of random scenes that didn't always connect together. Now, a lot of people say that the best scene is when CD comes up with 20 nose jokes in a bar to defend himself against a bully, but I think the opening scene where he deals with two tennis players who are mocking his nose was probably the best and funniest in my opinion. I also enjoyed some of the scenes with the firefighters. They get some of the physical slapstick comedy in the film. Roxanne, I thought, was an amusing film with a fine performance from Steve Martin. I think I like some of his other films a little bit more, but I thought that he did very well as the romantic lead. He also wrote the movie, and I liked many of the scenes in the film. So I definitely say Roxanne is definitely a movie you can check out if you can. Alright, well anyway, that's my take on the movie Roxanne. If you've seen the movie, what did you think? Please post in the comment box below, and what were some of your favorite scenes from the movie? If you could post that as well, I would greatly appreciate it. I also appreciate you watching the video, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thank you very much for watching.